Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with I Lied by GDC. So this is a liar puzzle. We haven't had too many of those in this series. I do believe I actually created one as a boss battle. So this should be interesting. There's always really interesting logic with liar puzzles. So do pay attention to the rules carefully or watch my explanation. Or both. All right, so let's go over the rules. There are normal 6x6 Sudoku rules. So in each row, each column, and each 2x3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. We also have most of these cells, other than these three, are covered in fog. That's why they're gray. Behind the fog can be anything as long as the rules say it could appear. So in this case, behind the fog could be given digits, or it could be our killer cages. Now, what's going to happen is as we get correct digits, some of the fog will reveal sometimes. So the digit has to be correct in order for anything to happen. And if you do get a correct digit, it may reveal some fog anywhere, and that's up to the setter. The setter has determined how the fog is revealed as you get digits. So it kind of guides you through the puzzle, which is kind of neat. All right. We also have 2 truths and a lie killer. So we have some cells surrounded by dotted lines. These examples are just one cell surrounded by a dotted line, but you could have like these 4 cells could be surrounded by a singular dotted line, and that forms a cage. And there's a clue in the top left of each cage, which gives you the sum of all the digits in the cage. In addition to that, I don't think the rules say it, but we're going to, just like any killer, we're going to assume that digits can't repeat in a cage. I'm going to have to talk to my setters about making sure they include that rule. But the important other rule here is that there's going to be 3 cages in existence within the puzzle that all have the same sum. So you can see we have revealed 3 cages that have the same sum of 3. So there aren't going to be other cages with sum of 3. In addition to that, there are going to be, if there's another cage in here that say it sums to 5, there's going to be 3 cages that say they sum to 5. 2 of those are telling the truth, and 1 of them is lying. And that's all we get. So if it's telling the truth, that is the sum of the cage. If it's lying, that is not the sum of the cage. And it's up to us to determine which one's the liar. And that's it. Those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself. And I'm going to get started right now. Okay, so the opening was clear to me right from the start, but I had to go over all the rules. These can't both be 3 because they share a row. So if they can't both be 3, then one of them's the liar. And there's only one liar among all 3 threes. So this 3 has to be true. And that gives us 2 4 cages. Now we know that one of these is a 3. So this can't actually add to 4. Because the only way to add to 4 in 2 cells is 1 plus 3. You can't do 2 plus 2, that repeats the 2. So this is our liar. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make liars orange, and I'm going to make truthful cages green. So we know that this one's truthful because it's a truthful 4. So we get our 1 and our 3 here. Now we've got 2 5 cages. This 5 cage can't have a 1 or a 3 in it, which means you can't actually sum to 5. The only ways to sum to 5 are 1, 4, and 2, 3. Without the 1 or the 3, we can't do it. So this is our liar, meaning this has to be telling the truth. And so without a 3, it's got to be 1, 4, and we know the order. That's 4, that's 1. This is another 5 cage. It has to be true as well. This can't be 1, 3, or 4, so that has to be 2, and then that adds to 5 with 3. But we don't get any reveals there because that tells us this is our liar, because it can't be 3, meaning this is truthful, so that has to be 3. And we still don't have any reveals, so I'm guessing we have some Sudoku to do here. This is going to be 2, 5, 6. Interesting. We just know this doesn't add to 5, this doesn't add to 4. Not a problem there. We do need a 3 in this column. Yeah, in the box. These 3s all look in here. That places this 3. Revealed just that. There must be more Sudoku to find. Maybe there's more 3s to place. There we go. That's a 3. Ah, that did it. So, if this 7 is true, it has to be 1, 2, 4. 7s can only be 1, 2, 4. This 7 is lying then, because we cannot make this 1, 2, 4. 7 in 3 cells, only 1, 2, 4. How can I think about that? Like if I'm not sure, you could try to just do it, but how do we convince ourselves of it? Well, the minimum 3 digits, just ignoring the whole puzzle, right? The minimum 3 digits I can put in a 7 cage is 1, 2, 3. That adds to 6. That's too low, but it's only too low by 1. So we have to add 1 to one of the digits. Well, we can't add 1 to the 1. That would repeat the 2. And we can't add 1 to the 2. It would repeat the 3. We'd have to add 1 to the 3. And that's the only way we're going to add to 7, which is 1, 2, 4. I'm actually going to leave that in there because we know this is truthful and this is lying because this cannot be 1, 2, 4. We need a 5 or a 6 in one of these. So that makes this a 2 because it can't be 1, 4. That makes the rest of this row 5, 6. So when we counter a third 7 cage, we know it'll be 1, 2, 4. I wonder if we're restricted on where that 7 cage can be. That would be a really weird deduction of like, we know there's a third 7 cage and it can only go there. Therefore, I know that's where the 7 cage is. That would be a really crazy deduction, but I doubt that's what we're doing here. 2 1s looking up puts a 1 in one of these two. There must be more Sudoku here. This is a 5 or a 6. So there's a 2 in one of these two. 5, 6 pair. So these are what? 1, 2, 4. It's not a 1. It's not a 2. In fact, we can place 2 in this box. There we go. And now we get another 7 cage. Okay. We know this is a truthful 7 cage. It doesn't have 1 or 3 in it. So we can't do 1, 6. We could do 2, 5. We can't do 3, 4. Those are the only options. That makes this a 6. And it makes this a 4. All right. We get the 5 and the 6 and the 5 and the 2. What are these two? These are 4, 6. This 4 tells me the order. 6 and 4. Gives me the 2 there. 5 and 2. So it's kind of interesting that the dynamic fog basically forces you to go, I guess there's Sudoku to do. That's a 5. What are these 2 digits? 1 and 6. Okay, don't need the corner mark. What do I get out of this? There's a 5 up here. Oh, this digit. That's a 6. 4 cages. Do we have any 4 cages? We have this 4 cage. Oh yeah, we must have found, yeah, we found that. Wait, how did I prove this 4 cage was true? We didn't have any other 4 cages, did we? Hold on, I'm looking for where my liar 4 cage is. Did I mess this? Oh, it's right here. Okay, phew. I was like, I wouldn't have just assumed it was true. So this has to be true as well, because we already have a liar 4 cage. So that's a 4. We get our 1, 4, 1, 4. This is a 5. That finishes the column with a 1, giving us 6 and 1. So down here we need the 6, up here we need the 5, and we're done. Neat puzzle, GDC. I just got a little dazzled by that last 4 case where I was like, wait, how did I know this one was the truth? And I didn't trust myself. But yeah, it's up here. That's the liar. I'm glad I marked them orange and green. I think that was helpful. All right, cool. Dynamic fog is always a treat. And it's always a surprise when it's like, I did the deduction, but nothing cleared. And so it's like, there's Sudoku to do. How dare you put Sudoku in my Sudoku puzzle? All right. Cool. Well, I enjoyed that. I hope you did too. If you did, then why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.